There we are. Hi, guys. Welcome. It's Friday. God, are you happy about that? I am. But there's so much stuff going on this weekend, and you might want to wonder where we are. We're in the, I was going to say bowels, but really we're not. We're in the digestive tract of WildCraft Cider.
That's quite an interesting
We're in the inside where everything is made. This is where the cider that you buy. Hey, Joshua, I got to thank you. The thing you told me to do to keep people from ruining my show, it works. I really appreciate that. Yeah, these guys go help me find anything. Anyway, this is Sean Kelly. You are the man behind WildCraft.
That's right.
So when did this start?
I wouldn't say I'm the man behind WildCraft, although it is my vision. It takes hundreds of people to help this project sustain. It's a community project. That's why we throw a harvest party to commemorate everybody, which is happening this Saturday. But yeah, I started, I don't know, WildCraft?
Yeah, when did it actually begin?
3 years ago.
So 3 years ago, and you knew cider was coming in, that everybody wasn't a beer drinker.
That's right. Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't really formed from that philosophy.
So here's the thing I did not know about this, and you're going to talk to people about this, but this is bigger than just creating apple cider.
Right, so the vision behind WildCraft started a long time ago, and I was a woodworker, and I would work with conservation groups to help salvage or manage the resources on their lands that's coming off of the habitat restoration projects. You have, invasive species removal or clearing of fir logs for oak savannas and trying to restore our wilderness back into a place of balance. Well, all that material is good material, and a lot of people use it. Different businesses use it for different things. We just aren't aware of the fact that we're surrounded by a lot of wasted resource, and apples is one of them, pears is one of them, cherries are one of them. And this was a very rich agricultural landscape that was home to thousands of acres of orchards between 1850 and 1920.
Here, right in this area.
Right in the Willamette Valley. So, really this program's all about raising awareness of the fact that we, as a community, have the resources that we need to sustain a sustainable business model. It's just a matter of how do we form those relationships and raise awareness in the public that, hey, look, this is actually high quality wild harvest resource, and it helps us connect back towards properly stewarding our landscape. So no spraying, no ruining the resource that's here and wild and readily available, but how do we make quality products out of something that is natural and already present in our environment.
So you get your product then from people like me who might have an orchard or people that aren't using it and stuff like that?
Seriously? That's the way.
That is crazy. Yeah. What a great idea.
We've harvested, close to 200 this year was a little over 200 properties, private properties, harvested off Lane County Parks land to help support the Friends of Buford project up there. Working with City of Eugene right now to find no spray wild pear orchards, which is an invasive species here in the valley, actually.
Okay.
They're little seedling pears. So when settlers here in this valley in the 1800s were planting apples, they were planting on pear rootstock. And when we go and try to develop and raise these old orchards, well, the rootstock shoots up seedlings, and those pears have spread through the valley. It's become the top invasive tree since the 1980s. But this makes this perry that is phenomenal, delicious, and probably the closest representation of a pear to a traditional perry from Europe or somewhere they've been making perry for hundreds of years.
So you guys, where we are, somebody just asked, we're at WildCraft. They make cider. It's right down, actually where it's located. We're going to show you. They're moving into some new space. They used to be just down the street in a little tiny space, but they kind of outgrew it. So I got to introduce too. You guys, this is Erin.
Hi guys.
Erin Swan with Easy Credit Consulting. And she is our sponsor of the show. I said, hey, you want to go try some cider? And you're kind of all over that stuff.
Yes, I was so excited.
So she's here. We're going to go talk to Sean a little bit more. I want to see the place, and Aaron's just going to ask some questions. And I'm going to try something really fast here. Make sure that I ever ask questions? No. Okay, so that's what I want. Okay, I want to make sure you can't ruin it. So you guys here, let's show this first, Sean. So this is pretty impressive. So this is where they make it, right?
So you're just looking at carbonating tanks right now. So these are pressurized tanks in which cider can be chilled, allowed to carbonate, and go into package, via CO2. So all oxygen is closed off. These totes that you see are varieties that enjoy a little bit of oxygen contact through the storage season. This is also primary fermentation. Some of the other primary fermentation takes place over at Eugene Wine Cellars in their larger 6,500 gallon tanks. And we're still transporting a lot of different products around, but long-term aging is either done in these plastic totes or in wood barrels, depending on
Like
the
this.
variety.
So can we show the press?
Absolutely.
All right, Aaron. There we go. This is where all the pressure comes in, huh?
Yep. That's a 50-ton custom press that my friend Jason Elliott over at Elliott Specialty Metals and myself had designed, and he had fabricated. It's a 50-ton hydraulic press, which is about double the normal commercial juice press in weight. What this gives us is the opportunity to actually press the peel. So there's more constituents in the apple than just what's in the fret.
Does a lot of the flavor come from the peel too?
Just aromatics, subtle, delicate aromatics. You know, we're a dry cidery. We don't pitch sulfites. We don't pitch yeast. We don't titrate acidity. It's a very natural, fruit-only kind of product. So control in the cider making process is more about the raw resource and raw material and the quality of that and the types of apples and the way that they're processed from when they're picked on the tree, how long they're allowed to sweat before they're being pressed. Sometimes
I didn't know there was so much to it. I mean, seriously.
It's an art form.
Somebody wants to know if Oakshire and Ninkasi are going to be here this weekend.
Yep, we got beer from both Oakshire and Ninkasi, as well as Cold Fire, Vagabond Brewing, Viking Braggot. Who am I missing? Hop Valley. There's beers on tap as well throughout the.
We're going to be with the folks at Viking Braggot on Monday and Saturday next week, but not for Braggot. Except I told him he better bring some. He does glass blowing.
Right.
He makes these little pumpkins for glass blowing stuff, so it should be really cool. So let's go see the rest of the place here. Come on, Aaron. We're going to go check out the facility here. See that? See how cool that is? So it's live. These are people talking. So where is it located? It's down by REI, kind of, in a warehouse down there. You'll see it.
So 232 Lincoln Street.
Yeah, 232 Lincoln Street. So here's what's happening. There's the stage set up. Let's see people run. We'll watch people run. You're live, just so you know, if anybody's wanted in the witness protection program. Oh, you could be sketchy here. So who are you?
My name's Amy.
And you work here?
I do.
What do you do here at WildCraft?
I am the event coordinator in community relations.
Okay, so come over here, because these people are very noisy.
We're a lot of work to do, a lot of work today.
So the party is about what? Aaron, come in here.
Party is about thanking the community for all the support for the Community Apple Drive. It's about sustainable living and waste utilization and using all of our resources around us rather than outsourcing to provide a great community.
Did you know this was here? Go ahead, Aaron.
No, I had no idea, and I didn't know it took that much to make cider.
It's not something you can order just straight ingredients for the way we do it. It's definitely one of those things that takes so many aspects of so many people. There's not one person who makes this.
So how much space is in here? That you came from like a tiny little building. When you're done here, what's this going to be?
You'll have to ask the boss man. I mean, it's big. It's going to have a nice patio. We're going to have a nice sized tasting room to be able to host, to be able to do fundraisers, to be able to actually host parties, which is really nice.
That's awesome. Hey, Sean, can you show me the cooler? I want to go in the cooler. Look at this thing, you guys. This is like cooler on steroids.
Yeah, this is a little cooler.
This is the cooler.
We need cold storage.
So you guys, we are at WildCraft Cider. And this is their new building, the new operation. And here's where you will come in. We're inside the cooler looking out. This is where you'll be, right? This is where all the patrons...
This is where the bar is going to happen tomorrow.
So the bar will be out there.
And in the future as well, it's going to be open.
When do you expect to have this place open?
I want to build it more like a ship, nice and slow. I got a lot of work to do in the fall. So we're going to be open for...
There we go. We're back.
So yeah, just open and slowly doing more private parties and kind of larger scale events. Official opening, I'm hoping will be May.
So tomorrow it's going to be what, 1 to 7? It's open for free.
Yep.
Families, all that kind of stuff.
Event, fully kid friendly. We're going to be pressing apples. There's mycological setup. There's a community meal. There's education on mushroom species. It's a family oriented event.
And then at 7 we party.
And then at 7, it's all focused on the artists. It's really a matter of celebrating the art forms in this community, people trying to do something good. You know, the slogan of Harvest Party is gather for the good. And the reason that we throw this, here, check this out.
Okay, come here.
So, just bottled yesterday. This is the last of last year's community apple drive. So you asked me where I got my ingredients from. One thing that I've offered for the last 3 years is a fruit drive. People can bring in their backyard fruit, apples, pears, or plums, and we trade them cider or fresh juice.
Seriously?
Yep, and we release a product that goes back and helps some of these conservation efforts. So last year I split it into 3 products. The People's Plum was a blend of plum wine and the cider made from the apples. Just a straight cider, and the Perennial Perry is just all the pears.
And so this how do they get involved in that? They can bring their product right here?
Yeah, they can come here.
That is so cool.
Sweet. Next year I'll bring some plums for my house.
Look at this.
So proceeds go back to Mackenzie River Trust on the Perennial Perry. I'll come show you, do a little tasting.
Okay, so while he's getting that ready, Sean, while you're getting that ready, I'm going to talk to Aaron a little bit here. So, Aaron, tell people what you do. So Aaron's sponsoring the show. She's with Easy Consumer Consulting, and you take
Easy Credit Consulting.
I always do that.
It up. Never gets it right.
That's why she has to be here.
Yes.
Except when I do it when you're not here, I did
You
it
do
yesterday
it right.
and I got it right.
I make you nervous, huh?
You do.
You've been on TV for what? 30, 40,
And
50 years?
And Erin makes me nervous just because she knows my credit. That's why she makes me nervous. Because she's scary. No, what do you do for? I mean, you really help people get their lives back in order.
We do. We help people with their credit. That is kind of the key element for life. Everything revolves around credit. Your car insurance is based on risk and your credit scores. Your credit's risk based, that they look at it, and if you have low scores, you're a high risk, so they're less likely to lend you money. High scores, less risk. So car insurance is the same way. If you don't follow the rules of the contracts that you signed to pay your bills on time, you're probably not going to follow the rules of the road. So credit's super important, and we help people get that back in line. Whether you did or did not pay a bill on time, or whatever your situation was, we help get that off of your credit to get your life straightened. We have lots of people that we raise their credit scores 50 to 170 points in less than 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, if we get things like collections, judgments, bankruptcies, late payments, charge-offs, foreclosures, tax liens, back to child support. I mean, you still owe these debts, but we can get them to not report to the bureaus, which affects the calculation on your risk.
So is it easier than people think? But in terms of, you have to be dedicated to it.
Yeah. So people think, oh, I can repair my own credit. And yes, as a consumer, you legally can. But it's dedicated. It takes, like I said, about 6 months. So you have to know exactly what you're doing, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, how to, dispute these things properly, when they get the letters back, how to go through them. And then again, you have to do that cycle several times. You have to do the cycle several times before you get to be where you want to be for your goal. But it's not just about taking the bad stuff off. We also need to educate you and bring up your score and add some positive credit. So there's a lot more than just... Sean's back.
He's our key. We keep shutting down. So good.
I'm busy. There's a lot of things going on.
Okay, no. Okay, so one more thing for me. So that's what you do for people then, is you help them get that all organized. You know how to do that.
Yeah, we help get their personal credit in line, their finances. We do budgeting, and then we also help business owners build credit in their EIN and get funding for startups under 2 years that don't have any P&Ls that need the money to get those kind of things so they can be successful.
So how do they get a hold of you?
Give me a call, or you can go to our Facebook, Easy Credit Consulting, not Solutions, or call us at 541-255-2044.
So can somebody put that down again, the phone number?
541-255-2044.
All right, good. Sean, so, you guys, the event is free. 1 to 7 is free, and then after 7 o'clock, it's $20 at the door.
That's right.
Okay, so if you buy, how can they buy tickets ahead of time? It's $15 if they buy them ahead.
Yeah, brown paper tickets. Might be closing today pretty soon, so hurry up and buy them online if you want the $5 discount. Otherwise, tomorrow's $20.
Otherwise, it's $5 more and it goes to a good cause.
It all goes to a good cause.
All right, we're going to taste some cider. That's what we came for. Well, we came talking to Sean too, but Yeah. No. I mean, when you have a product like this,
you guys think that I just sit around and drink cider all day.
We know you don't.
Test it, right?
Huh?
Someone's got to test it.
Well, gosh, yeah.
You guys each hold one.
Okay. Ready? Okay, so there we go. We're
All
at
right.
WildCraft Cider, guys. Just so I want to keep reminding people because they're coming on here, and I want you to see it.
So, Community Drive Series. Last year we did 4,000 gallons from people's backyard fruit that they weren't using, and this is a phenomenal product. It's been, the quality of the apples have been very, very nice, by the way. Don't worry about some rotten fruit going into this. People really have taken a lot of care in what they've been donating.
So
and-
you could,
and
like, if
feel that
Aaron
cause.
has stuff in the backyard, we collect it and bring it to you.
Yeah, I got
Absolutely.
plums, pears, I got all sorts of
Because
stuff.
people do waste. I mean, I have neighbors that have plums,
Absolutely,
Italian
it's
plums,
everywhere.
and they don't. That's what your whole thing is.
Yeah, but it's a blend of all these fruits. You have this gigantic blend. One of the things that makes cider balanced is a blend of fruit. And every year, this is the one cider that I don't make, that
This
the
one?
community makes.
Oh, so this really is.
I do
us.
nothing to it. I do nothing to it. It's
Really?
just the fruit and its process, and that's it.
Nice.
That is really cool.
We obviously sort apples that are ready to press or what aren't ready to press, and I make sure that everything is going in time.
But you're letting
However,
this
that's
be.
it.
That's important to you.
Yeah, that's important to my entire cider making process.
So this is the flavor of our community, and what would have been waste, which is now restored because of
That's
WildCraft.
right. And you can go
I get it.
and all year long you can buy a bottle of this on the shelf.
That's so cool. I had no idea. I thought you were just
And where
another-
can we get it? Any store sells it, or who? Stores?
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on the buyer who's going to actually put the community apple drive on the shelf, but you can get it anywhere from Medford to Portland.
Yeah, I see it everywhere.
So if you're not in that area, sorry.
Yeah, you're lost.
Well, you know, there's a lot of other people starting.
And what I
to
like about your cider
be
too is
excited about this concept, and it's been growing nationally. I just did an interview with USA Today about how the concept of community apple drive came along, and you know, it's just been continuing to expand. Now
Jason. They don't do beer; they do apple cider here.
it's dry.
It's cider, all kinds of cider.
Oh, and
so
it's
gluten-free?
definitely gluten free
'Cause it's apples,
It's
yeah.
just fruit. That's
yeah.
it.
So you're cool.
I get a lot of requests whether or not the cider is vegan, and I guess the only question would be is if there's honey, and we don't use honey.
So and it doesn't. Come
We
from a-
use mason bees, but we don't use honey. So that was the first release, and that's now been in bottle for quite a bit of time.
Oh man, that's really good. You know what I love about your cider? I mean, it's not like I'm new to this. It's not sweet. Or at least
Yeah.
the ones I hate that.
The
I'm not
sweet
gonna say which
ciders.
ones, but the ones when you get them and it tastes like you're eating something from. a
Well,
local
so it's
orchard.
different. You know, I think that the European styles generally have
We're
some
friends.
sweetness, but it's a completely different process
Right.
in order to achieve.
Okay.
Good. Sorry,
Yeah, no,
sister.
we're all sharing. I don't.
This is how you do it.
This is just how you
This
do
is
it.
Oregon, you know.
Yep.
Love cider. Yeah, Lori, this is really good. So what I think if you just tuned in and you haven't seen this is local cider. A lot of what they make it from is people like you who have it in your backyard, apples, fruit, any kind of fruit like back there, and you're bringing it to them, and they're producing cider from that. At least that's the community series anyway. So that's kind of instead of
Yeah.
wasting that. I drive by orchards and I think of that. You see them on the ground and you're thinking, I wonder what happens
Waste,
to all that.
yeah.
And that's so cool.
It becomes one of those things that once you're looking for it, you see it everywhere.
Right.
It just it is amazing, the volume.
So, and tomorrow, from 1 to 7, the WildCraft Festival is a harvest festival.
Family friendly from 1 to 7.
Family
Yeah,
friendly from
and they're
1 to
gonna
7.
they'll show your kids and you how they press it. And
Yeah.
I hate to use this, but it's impressive.
Yeah. There you go.
But
There
the
you
machine,
go. No pressure, all right?
yeah, there's lots of pressure. Even better, I am a total supporter. Lori, good. Yeah. Well, and it's buying local. And,
Yeah, it is. Well, and supporting more than just buying local, because this is not an outsourced. No sense of this product is outsourced to any degree. It actually is employing people. So you think it's not like I'm going and buying juice trucks that get shipped in, which is generally the craft cider market now. But we actually employ people to go form relationships and bonds with landowners that have this resource, and we hire pickers to go out there and do the work to pick the fruit, and it becomes a community collaboration. So it's obviously not an inexpensive way of going about it. However, we are developing a community, and so this whole harvest party is to commemorate, celebrate, and really pay homage and tribute to the fact that there's this many people hands-on doing this work.
So from 7 to midnight, there's a $20 fee if you get it tomorrow. But you come in, there's going to be band, live music.
Who's the band?
So there's the local artists in the beginning. You got Llorona, which is a beautiful Mexican Americana style, is how they coined themselves. It's Marietta, who's an amazing vocalist. Previously at Mood Area 52, and then with me with Verbal Basics.
Are you a singer too?
I was, yeah.
Well, you're still a singer.
I still am.
Sean.
I just don't.
You're
I
never
don't spend
not
the
a
time,
singer. Yeah.
One of these days it'll come back. And then they have stand-up bass, violin, and electric guitar. It's an amazing little collaboration there. 11 Eyes, who's been doing work here in town for a long time, led by Tim McLaughlin.
Okay.
And that's a large, like, 8-piece band. And then we have Soul Vibrator, which is a young group that's really been coming up and getting some support, real funky, real soulful. Human Automon, which is a less known small trio. That's a vibraphone on foot pedals.
You asked.
Right?
I did. I want to
Vibraphone on foot pedals.
On foot pedals. And then we have one of the most talented female drummers I've ever heard, who plays with March 4th in the off season and also does this project. And they also, let's see, a vibraphone and then a cellist.
The cider's awesome.
Yeah.
No, it really is good.
So the later acts will be Eli and Scarab of Living Legends with Amp Live, the Ryan I Crew, well-known West Coast connection. These are people that support us on the greater scale, and they're coming and traveling all the way from California to come support this project. We look forward to seeing them again. They've been good friends and good icons for me growing up in my life, and it's really a blessing to have them come celebrate with us. Erica D out of Vancouver. If you don't know who she is, just look her up on YouTube, get a sense of the quality of that music and the performance. You will not believe. If no one knows about Erica D, come just to see that. And then We Tribe and Marv Ellis are also going to be headlining.
Maybe
here,
we.
which a lot of you guys
I think
know.
the wrong question was. It really, you should have said who's not going to be here, because that would have been way easier.
It is the talent.
To just get there. So you guys, again, I want to show you real fast too. I want to show you the room. So this is where they're moving. WildCraft, they're in process. So that is the cooler. This is where you're going to be coming. The party's going to be in here tomorrow.
You have to drink some.
Oh,
of it,
look.
please.
Oh, busted. Aaron. And here's where they create all this stuff.
So if you want to get a sense of what's to be in the new tasting room, here we'll come give you a shout.
Okay. Come on, Aaron. Let's go. How are you?
I'm awesome.
Yeah. You're awesome?
Yeah.
I just asked me.
Right?
Okay, so here we go. Look at this, you guys. Okay, so this is where you come in. So you guys, there's 252, venue 252 over there. REI on the corner. You picked a good time to come out here. And then here's the outside.
So this will be the entrance to the space here. And so
Got a deck out in front.
nice patio outside.
Lots of parking.
So all the material used for this project is from Friends of Buford Oak Savannah Restoration.
Okay.
So the logs, the timbers, all the cherry that's going to be making the furniture inside, which I am actually putting up for sale. So if you guys want beautiful pieces of salvage furniture, that'll be offered.
Really?
Woodworking was my passion and still is, so I want to continue that.
I mean, you're an interesting dude.
So these are all rough sawn posts, and everything's just left natural as to its form. I mean, obviously it's not a timber frame, we are sawing, but that's going to be building the entire interior as well. So if you come up the steps.
We gotta tip that in.
Okay.
Here's our main entrance. To the right, you'll have a staircase that's going to go up and hold the second floor mezzanine that spans across the entire space.
Okay, so there's
for
a
hosting
second floor
holiday
mezzanine up
parties.
here, guys. It's going to be all across up in here.
That's right.
Along the top there.
And that's for hosting, private parties, some musical acts coming in and playing here as well, and have the ability to really host some special private events. I'll be flying in cider makers from other parts of the world to showcase and educate people on those talents and traditions. And here we got 31 taps. We'll have some guest ciders, some guest beers for the main part. This is where you can come to get a real true sense of all the different fruit that we use. Yes, there is a wheelchair ramp. It's just not installed yet.
You're good at this. He's just answering questions. You guys ask questions, he's going to answer for you. So you guys, Miriam, hi, how are you? Yes, this is the new WildCraft. It's under construction, but tomorrow it's going to be Party Central. from 1 to 7 for families, and 7 and on to midnight for the party animals. And right on, Joshua says. Yeah, he wouldn't. Are you kidding? If you've heard this interview, he's not going to forget about people with different abilities. I don't think that's in his DNA. I'm sure. Hey, thank you so much. No,
All right. Peace.
Thanks for
Come visit tomorrow. Come see the progress. Come celebrate. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Cheers.
It's us. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Rick.
Hey,
Good
you're
to see
welcome.
you, man.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yes, thanks.
Aaron, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
I'll be back tomorrow.
All right.
Is that fun or what?
That
Thanks,
was super
Sean.
fun.
No problem.
So you guys, so that is the Cidercraft, or WildCraft Cider, excuse me, and Aaron, our sponsor, who is so wonderful to come down here and do this. So
Give him a ride today too.
she
Had to
gave,
pick him
yeah,
up.
my car had a little problem. So you guys, you want to know how good of clients I have? I can call Aaron and say, Aaron, can you drop by 5th Street and pick me up so I can get to our location shoot? And so, yeah, it's been a rough Friday, but hey, to see this and then to be sitting in here, some of this. Okay, guys, we have to go because Sean is our, he's our hotspot. And so we have to go because he's getting on his phone and it's just, so be sure and share this on your page. Let people know, share it for us so everybody knows what's going on. All right, and we will see you here this weekend. Tomorrow we're going to be live at 4 o'clock at the Distillers Expo at the Holt Center. See you later.
Bye.